Hi, can everyone hear me? Okay. Good afternoon. Respected Sadhya Achin, respected Jacob John Achin, respected Malaya Achin, and of course, respected Sundaram Achin, Sister Benedicta, Sister Jocelyn, brothers and sisters in Christ. Now I know that everyone's not a fan of speeches, so I'm going to express my point in a laconic manner. They say that a person comes into our life for a reason, whether it be a simple conversation or even a sweet gesture like a smile or a wave. People influence our lives all the time, but it is the extent of influence that leaves a notable impression. Sundaram Achin portrays that very influence. I have a short story, but don't worry, it's not lengthy. But anyway, it was the summer of 2012. My family and I were traveling in India, and one of the places that we decided to visit was the Kanyakumari district. And over there, we met up with Achin, and we associated with him throughout the day. Now this is, at the end of the day, we were able to get lodging at a Catholic residence because of Achin. This is just a typical example of Achin's networking. But what really fascinated me was what happened during our last stay at Kanyakumari. On the last day, we decided to stop by the Marthandam Seminary, which is where Achin grew up and studied. Unfortunately, Achin wasn't able to join us because he had a meeting in Chennai. But he called the seminary and he notified them of our arrival. So when we arrived at the seminary, flocks of the students, not just a handful, but flocks of the students came up around us and crowded around us. And they showed us great affection, and they were incredibly hospitable. And the students were so sweet and affectionate. It was all due to our friendship with Achin. The students showed great kindness to each and every one of us. And mind you, Achin wasn't even there, but in the eyes of the students, you can see how much they respected him. And I have high respect for Sundaram Achin, but it wasn't until that moment that I realized what that respect actually meant. It was admiration. The ambiance that Sundaram Achin eludes shows his effective character, and this is a prime example of how Sundaram Achin, of what he means to every person around him. We gather around here today to thank God for him and for being the individual that we know and love. Thank you, Achin, and may God continue to direct and guide your path so that many more be blessed the way that we all are on how you exhibit God's love through your actions and words. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jensi Joji, for that lovely speech. I would like to invite our mothers form to sing a group song for Achin.